Hey friends, it's Amy Dub, the Keto Queen. I'm home from work and I am super excited to be cooking my second home cooked meal this week. So glad I'm home from travels, even though I'll be leaving again pretty soon to do a trip with my mom and dad. We're gonna spend some time together in the mountains. Me and mom and dad, and Haley and Justin's girlfriend. We're gonna have a great time, and Ricky, of course. We're gonna have a great time just enjoying each other. So guys, we are making a salsa chicken tonight. If you haven't tried this yet, you are going to love it. It is so delicious and so easy. I've got my oven on 350. As you jump on, let me know what you're doing for dinner tonight that's low carb or keto friendly. And then guys, if you're looking for simple ideas, like if you are new to this page, you're like, look, I've never done low carb, I've never done keto for sure, and I'd love to know where to start. Put getting started in the comments so I can send you some tips. If you're brand new to my page, I'd love to know it by saying you here, just so I'll know and I can say hello. All right, so we've got some chicken breasts. And what I did is I just cut them in half to make them thin breasts. If you cut them in half and make them thin, they just cook much faster. I love to cook thin chicken breasts. Definitely don't have to, but that's the way I like them. The first thing we're going to do is make our seasoning for the chicken. This is a salsa chicken, so I'm going to do a half teaspoon of salt, and then we're going to do a fourth teaspoon of all of these other ingredients. So let me just pull them out for you real quick. My favorite thing about my recipes is that they're all simple. I rarely ever cook anything that has more than 5 or 6 ingredients. I just think it's a waste of time. And I don't usually buy ingredients that I don't use over and over. So this is one of them, is ground cumin. So I'm doing a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cumin. But look, I use cumin for a lot. Like we make a lot of fajita seasonings, taco seasonings. Like cumin is great. And that's a ingredient that I keep here at the house. Also garlic powder, so we're gonna do a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, cumin powder, pepper. We have a half teaspoon of salt, and then, guys, when you buy red pepper flakes, they can last you for a long time. I love a little spice. You can leave this part out if you want to, but it is a salsa chicken, and this kind of gives the little kick to the salsa because the actual salsa we're gonna make is not that spicy. Now, you can leave the spice out if you want to, but guys, trust me, this is so good. So I'm gonna go over it again. I've got a half a teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, garlic powder, cumin powder, and garlic powder. And we're just gonna mix this up really well. And then what we're gonna do is just sprinkle this over the chicken. And then we're gonna make our salsa. And we're gonna pour it over the top and put this right into the oven. Now we're not cooking the chicken first. It's all gonna cook together. And we want to do that so that our tomatoes really get soft and they burst in the oven. So we're going to take this seasoning and just sprinkle it over the chicken. Now you can add more red pepper flakes if you want to, or you can leave it off altogether. So who has tried this recipe? If you love it already, give me some hearts and say, I've tried it and I love it. If you haven't tried it yet, you guys are going to really enjoy this recipe. I've cooked it a few times. It's in the recipe blog. When I finish this video, this is a live video. When I finish it, you'll see the recipe link right there in the post. And guys, when I put my recipe link in the post, it's going straight to this recipe, but all you have to do is go back to the menu bar and you can look around and see all the other recipes that I've got in there that I absolutely love. I've got quite a few recipes on the blog. And I decided to do a recipe blog instead of a cookbook just because it was much, much quicker and it's free. Like everybody can enjoy it and I'm 100% perfectly fine with sharing it with everyone. All right, so we've got the seasoning on our chicken. Look at it so far. It looks pretty yummy. Looks pretty yummy. I've got my oven on 350 and we're going to put all of this in there. So let's make our salsa. Super fast and delicious. We've got the little Tommy toe grape salad. Everybody's got a different name for them. I usually call them Tommy toes because that's how I grew up. Everybody called these Tommy toe tomatoes. Some people call them salad tomatoes with the little bitty round grape tomatoes. We've got about 2 cups of tomatoes in here. We just cut them in half or cut them small if they were larger. We're going to do a half a cup of cilantro. Now you can cut up your own fresh cilantro if you want to. I definitely recommend fresh though. I'm using the little fresh packs because I love these things. They're just so awesome. You get them in the produce section at the grocery store. I get mine at Walmart or Kroger. All right, we're gonna dump in about almost dropped it. We're gonna dump in about a half a cup of cilantro. That always makes an amazing salsa. Gotta have cilantro. I'm not gonna waste any of it. I'm gonna pick it right here off the counter. So just drop some on the counter. All right, now we've got a good good heaping helping, a little more than a 1/4 cup of diced jalapenos. Now I'm using the jar jalapenos. If you want to dice up some fresh ones, it probably would be even better. But I'm just going to use the little diced jar jalapenos. Guess what else? We've got an onion. So again, you can use as much or as little onion as you would like to. I did about, I did more than a 1/2 cup. My recipe actually calls for a 1/2 cup of onion, but I'm doing a little more because we really love this mix of salsa. So about a 1/2 cup of onion. You can do more or less if you want to. And then we are going to add we're going to use a lime. I can't talk. We're going to cut a lime. Let me cut this lime open here. I'm going to cut this lime, and I've got a little squeezer here, and we're going to squeeze this lime juice right into the salsa. If I can find my squeezer. Here it is. Got my lemon squeezer. So, I mean, it is that simple. You also can add a little bit of salt in here if you want to, because, you know, your salsa needs to be a little salty. So we're going to squeeze a whole lime. So again, I got about 2 to 3 cups of cherry tomatoes, grape tomatoes, salad tomatoes, whatever you call them. I'm calling them Tommy Toes. We got a little bit more than a 1/4 cup of diced jalapenos, about a 1/2 cup of cilantro, about a 1/2 cup of onion, a squeeze of a lime, and I am going to go ahead and toss in a little bit of salt. All right. Let me get a spoon so we can mix this salsa up. And what we're going to do is just pour this salsa straight over the chicken. And then we're going to top the entire dish off with some mozzarella cheese. Guys, this is so yummy. And look how pretty this is. I should have done a reel. Look how beautiful this is. I love salsa. Like, I absolutely love salsa. Now, most people, when they make a salsa chicken, they just pour a can of salsa over it. No, don't do that, y'all. This is so delicious and so easy to make. You will prefer this much better than a canned watery salsa. Now, you can, if you want to, just throw some salsa over your chicken, but I promise you, you are going to absolutely love this dish. So I love pretty colors. Look how beautiful that is. Give me some hearts if this sounds amazing to you guys. I'd love to see about 1 million hearts right now, because I'm telling you, I'm so excited about eating dinner tonight. All right, we're going to take this salsa and we're going to pour it over our chicken now. And you can do it however you want to. I'm just going to toss it on there. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to throw it on and we'll spread it around. All right. Oh, man. I mean, guys, this looks fabulous. We want to make sure we get all of this good stuff on here. And I love extra salsa. So it doesn't matter if it's all in the dish. We're going to pick our chicken up when we're done with it. We'll probably pick it up with a spatula. Oh, yes, man. This smells so good. All right. Now I'm just going to take this sauce and kind of spread it around, making sure I got some good tomatoes on all the slots. I want to make sure I got some onions spread out. I mean, this looks, I'm going to take that